Hey guys, never stop touching here today, and what we are going to do today is we are going to rank every LF sparking in the game. That includes every just natural sparking and the LFs in the game as well. And I've got to say, I could actually find a tier list maker which just had all the Zenkais on it. For some reason I was just blind and just couldn't find it. I know it's out there somewhere because I'm pretty sure other people have done it with like most of the common Zenkais, but I couldn't find it, so I've had to go to the Sparking one, and I've got all of them in E at the moment. Don't worry, I don't think they're all E. I don't think Super Saiyan Blue Goku is the best E, and then Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is the worst E. I just thought I'd have them all here so I could just, you know, just put them where I need to easily rather than searching through all of these. And it makes you know that there's quite a lot. There's 60 Sparking Zenkais in the game. That makes it so that there's 10 extremes, and I've got to say, it's not too bad. You've got quite a lot of free-to-play ones, not too bad. Some Legends Road ones as well. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, I've got to say, has fallen off quite a lot. Especially with the release of this overpowered Hakai Beam. It was like one of the best, if not the best, sparking unit in the game. Who isn't Zenkai or LF. And this guy, he wasn't seen on God Key for a very long time, and for that case I am gonna put him in B. I don't even think he's like high B. He's kind of like close to C. It's not good the situation he's in right now. He can do well in some instances, but with the amount of just powerful units you have, you just want to replace him. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, I've got to say, this dude has fallen off quite a bit, but it's still pretty darn good. I'm gonna put him at A for now. I feel like that's a pretty good judgment. He's going to be a pretty high as well. A pretty high A. Man, I could not speak there. But yeah, he's a pretty high A in my books. And yeah, let's move on. Broly. Now it's weird. I'm on the hunt to get him to Zenkai 7. I've used him at Zenkai 3. And I didn't really like him too much. But I know that this dude is pretty painful to come across. I know with his type like nullification, so that he's type neutral with you, it's very annoying when you got that yellow unit and you only do damage and he just cuts it in. He transforms as well, which is very annoying, and he's overall just kind of an annoying unit. I'm gonna put him at kind of the top of B at the moment. He's higher than this Goku, I think, especially with Mono Purple. Actually, you know what, because of Mono Purple, he's a bit higher. He's more towards low A, because on a Mono Purple setup he does destroy, which is just painful. So yeah, that's where I think he is. Go 10. Now this dude, blast damage demon, but that's about it really, other than like his supports he gets from being with Gohan, Goku, and like Sun family members. He's not really too crazy. I am gonna put him just above this dude, but I think these two are actually pretty darn close together. This guy is more of a damage dealing beast, and this guy is more of the tanking unit that you just don't really want to come across. Fat Boo, honestly, I think is pretty darn good. The only thing is, in this meta, he is not the best, because purple units shred green units for breakfast. This dude, you need to have him on a yellow green setup with Regen, most likely the Zenkai and then Piccolo and the Zenkai Regen Piccolo, in order for him to have most value. If you don't have him with any yellow at all, then he's pretty gutter, but I will put him at A, because he is, in a lot of good circumstances, actually pretty darn good. Okay, this transforming Trunks, haven't seen him since 2020 maybe, so I guess that goes to show he's not very good, and you don't really see him much often. I remember when he first came out, he was actually really good. Like, he would transform and do a ton of damage, but now in today's meta, that's like 3 damage against every top tier team, so yeah, it doesn't really cut. Okay, this Freezer, honestly pretty darn good. I would have to say he's a tanking beast. His endurance is pretty good, but once again, with all these endurance nullification units, it's pretty hard to put him like ZT. I feel like if he had it so that his endurance couldn't be nullified or something like that, that would make him pretty darn sick if they gave him that extra bit of defensive capabilities. But honestly, in this meta, I'm gonna put him he's very high A for me, maybe low S, it depends. I might make a few tweaks at the end, but for now that's where he is for me. This dude, I don't really like him. I feel like he can't shred into Saiyans, especially with the amount of monopurples running around. He does well, so just for the fact that he actually does well against monopurples, I'm putting him in low A. I feel like he has quite a lot of value, especially against Saiyans. I feel like most yellow units are pretty high at the moment, unless they're like, oh no, where is he? This yellow Goku here or this yellow Goku Black who don't really do much. They've got some value in this meta, so it is pretty nice to be a yellow unit at the moment. Okay, purple Khalifa. Now this is a unit who I think shreds into Saiyans, but the thing is, it's not like the crazy amount of damage she does. Her teams are horrendous. You need to have her as a leader slot on most likely mono purple. As you can see, there's a trend going. Mono purple is just too oppressive in this game. It's just everywhere. It's either that, Fusion Warriors, Super Saiyans, Jiren on like an LOE team is ridiculous, this meta. But yeah, Khalifa, I'm gonna put at high B. I feel like she's above this dude. On mono purple she shreds, but the value of her teams are just not good enough for this meta, and she just can't be run on rival universe, or I don't even know what's her other team's girls or whatever. It's just not good. Okay, God Vegeta, straight up B. He does well. His cover change is pretty darn good. Him being a yellow makes him pretty darn good in this meta, and overall he can do damage. You just need to have it so that he doesn't get caught by the tag Goku Vegeta swapped into Vegeta, because wow, does he get shredded, like destroyed. You need to get a cover change off if you're getting caught by that, but yeah, don't get caught. Okay, LF Namek Goku honestly has fallen off a lot. I have come across him on mono blue teams are like his best teams, because that's where he's getting like all those buffs. He's transforming, getting those Super Saiyan buffs from Super Saiyan Bardock and like shredding into your opponent. But still, I feel like he's not tanking the best anymore unless you have him really high stars. By the way guys, I'm gonna make it so that every LF is at least, let's say 9 stars. I feel like 9 stars is a good place to place all the LFs, and then all the normal sparking is on 14 stars. I feel like that's a good goal to like see where they're at. I should have mentioned this at the beginning, but I need to get an updated version now. So this dude, I have to bore him just here, only because I've seen mono blue with him, Super Saiyan Bardock and Ultra Gogeta, and him being the tanking unit, him being that blue counter that honestly makes you like remain at bay, not being able to attack, because you know he's got that blue. And there's been instances where I've had a whole hand of blast, and if I try and do anything, he's just gonna counter you. So him with that extra supply of blue card, him once he's transformed on a mono blue team is very, very good. Like, it's a very annoying team. Pretty surprising that it's a very annoying team, but depending on what you're running, it just counters it so hard. But yeah, he's actually not too bad on those teams. On the T2 of A/B, but he's there. Okay, this Goku, honestly, I'd say he's probably D. Red units are not safe at all in this meta. Like, this dude being the first ever unit to Zenkai, like, he can't exist anymore. Even against like weekly, I can't see him winning against this Trunks. Like, it's actually ridiculous how bad he is nowadays. I've seen like people try and do showcase with him, and they do somewhat of a good job. They make him look somewhat decent, but that's only because of the team and units around him to make him look good. So yeah, not good anymore. Gotenks, I actually think, is B tier. He is a very solid defensive unit. He doesn't have the best teams once again, but however, if you think about it, it's Legends Road, well, event exclusive, and Fusion Warrior, and him being on a Fusion War team, one of the best teams in the game, isn't too bad, because think of him paired with Gogeta on like a defensive build. Like, you have a green yellow with Marju. That's a very defensive build that could just absolutely annoy your opponents and just tank like a ton. Is actually ridiculous how well this guy will tank. His main ability is pretty darn good for him as well, and yeah, he's not bad on the Fusion Warrior team. Red Brody, honestly, just above him, not good. You hardly ever see this dude for a reason. Like movies, you're gonna use the Red Bojack. Saiyan, you're gonna use like Red Gogeta or anything else. He's just not good, but he is better than this Goku at least. So, but actually, to be honest, with him on the Super Saiyan team, he actually kind of looks better than him. So, I'm actually gonna put him below him because just with him on the Super Saiyan team, he is better than him. But that's about that. Okay, this Piccolo, I'm actually gonna rate just below Khalifa and just above Super Saiyan Blue. Actually, below Super Saiyan Blue Goku. I feel like he's pretty darn good. His main ability is very powerful for the teams he's on, and if you don't have like this Demon King Piccolo, or especially the LF Piccolo 7 stars or Zenkai, he's a very good choice for your other yellow unit that you run on Regen, because he will provide a ton of buffs and build him defensive. He does well, and he does a surprisingly nice amount of blast damage, so not bad. Now this dude, I actually really liked what they did with the Zenkai. I'm gonna put him just above the Final Form Frieza in A tier. He is a great support unit. Once he's gone, your team is going crazy, and he can do his fair share in battle as well. So honestly, pretty darn good. DKP, he's got so much value in this meta. Like, I've come across DKPs that have shredded my mono purple team. Well, not mono purple, but heavily purple based teams. Like, I tend to run full power Jiren, the yellow full power LF Frieza, and the purple Zenkai first form Frieza. So 2 purples and a yellow. This dude tears me apart. I'm honestly terrified of the dude, and that's why I'm placing him just below this Frieza. I feel like he is just a damage dealing monster with that endurance nullification just there. It's so painful to come across, and you just gotta be wary of everything that's going on. So very worth being there in my opinion. Android 18 has fallen off quite a bit, but still has some pretty darn good value against mono purple teams. She actually does really well. She counters it pretty hard. I'm gonna put her just below this Gohan. He's just better than her, I feel like, because he's got a bit more versatility. But actually, you know what? Because he's a red unit, he goes down by 1. Simple as. Red units, other than him, aren't good, but he is the exception, considering look how long he was the king of this game. He is still pretty good and deserves to be just there. Okay, this dude I've never ever used. I Zenkai'd him. I don't think I even soul boosted him, and there's no surprise other than like his Zenkai ability. He is not too good. I'm gonna put him just at the top of D because he can do some stuff here and there, but honestly, this is just my personal opinion, and I feel like he's not too good. This purple Gohan, honestly, I'm gonna place him just here. He's aged a lot. I think he was the next Zenkai after this dude, if I'm not mistaken. So he is one of the oldest Zenkais, and he can do well. Once again, he's a purple unit, so mono purple with him, the Zenkai Goten, the Revival Gohan. It's actually not bad of a combo. If you have this guy 14, this guy needs to be 14 star, Zenkai 7, 1400% on a mono purple team to do anything, and then he'll do pretty well. But other than that, it's not gonna work out too well for you if you use him. Okay, fused with Kami Piccolo, this dude does so much blast damage. It's honestly ridiculous, and I feel like just for that alone, I'm gonna place him at the top of B. I really enjoyed using him once he came out. He's a very core member of his teams. Like, he's the main blue for Regen alongside the LF Kid Buu, if you have him at least 7 stars or higher, because this dude just does so much damage. His main ability is pretty good as well. I believe it makes him type neutral, which is very handy if you come across some powerful green units like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the Zenkai, Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta. So yeah, really darn good in terms of damage. Okay, Super Saiyan Gohan, honestly, really good for hybrids, a super good support unit, and I will put him just above Vegeta. I feel like he just does too well for his team. Honestly, with Hybrid Saiyan not being like too crazy right now, it's not like he's a core member of those teams as well. Like for a blue Hybrid Saiyan, you'd use the Sword of Hope Trunks, or I don't know, Sun Family. I guess you'd use him, but you'd probably try and fit in the Sword of Hope Trunks once again. So not bad, very good support type, and that's where I think he is. Okay, Super Saiyan 2 Trunks, a very powerful unit, still pretty darn crazy to come across. He has been replaced by Sword of Hope Trunks, but if you come across him, he still does damage, and that's why I think puts him just above, actually just below Goten, because Goten, as I said, that mono purple team just makes him too strong. I'd say even with this dude on mono purple, this guy holds a bit more value than him, so I think that's a fair place for him to be. Zenkai LF God of Destruction Beerus very aids the first LF to Zenkai, and I have to say he's not too great anymore, especially he being a green unit, and I'm gonna put him towards the bottom of B. I almost put him at the top of C, but he can't do pretty well. But I feel like, you know what, because on his core teams he's just pretty much been replaced, I'm gonna put him at the top of C. It's just that you, rather than him, you'd use God of Destruction, Topo. I don't know what other teams you'd want to use this dude on other than God of Key, and you just use God of Destruction, Topo. Topo just does pretty much what this guy used to do when he was good, but today. So yeah, that's where he is. Now, this Cell, I actually think is pretty darn good. He does nice blast damage, he can tank pretty darn well. It's just his teams let him down horrifically. Like, Regen and Android do still need help. Android have been getting a bit more help here and there. Regen, not too much, other than like the Zenkai Android 21, getting her Zenkai, which fits with Regen. It's not really too much, so for that reason, I'm gonna put him just above the Piccolo there in B tier. Okay, Cooler, being replaced by the Blue Revival Freezer as soon as he released. Like, this dude was the main blue unit alongside the Extreme Zenkai First Form Freezer for a very long time, and this dude doesn't do any crazy damage anymore. He does provide some pretty nice buffs with like crits and everything, which gives him value, especially for LOE that can utilize crits pretty well, but other than that, it's not too good. So in my opinion, he's just at the top of C, just above this Beerus, and yeah, I feel like that's why. Metal Cooler, it's weird, like, I see LOE's been getting a lot of help, but there's still a few colors that need help. Like, red units for LOE, you have this Metal Cooler, and you have, I think, the Final Form Freezer from the year before's Legends Festival that is pretty darn old as well, and both of them aren't really the staple red unit for their team. Like, they're not units that just absolutely carry and destroy every other unit in the game. So for me, below Beerus and Cooler. This Broly, I remember, like, who remembers movies? Does anyone run movies anymore? Like, ever since like Gogeta appeared and Mono Purple became a thing, since actually for a long time I haven't really seen him. He's really been just destroyed in terms of like all these new units that have come out and just replace him. I feel like he is still a pretty good green unit for movies, but with movies just not being what it once was, is just not too good for him, but honestly, he's still one of the like key green units for movies. Like if we take a look at movies, you got the Broly, who is like the best green unit for movies, but other than that, you could have like the Super Saiyan Trunks, who, if it is getting supported by Zenkai Bardock, fair enough, he can do a lot of damage, but most cases you're not going to really be running Bardock in that case, and that mainly puts him just above this caller in C tier. Okay, this Goku Black, I don't even think I've got him past Zenkai 1. Like, I didn't like him when he first initially got out of Zenkai. Like, I didn't think he was good. I saw people showcases, wasn't impressed, and to this day I still think he's pretty darn terrible. But I do think he is the best in D tier at the moment, so not bad. Super Saiyan Kaba, okay, straight up I'm gonna put him just above that Cell. I feel like his support is very nice, especially for Vegeta's. With Vegeta, the Zenkai LF Vegeta getting his Zenkai, he's a great support for him. And once I have him Zenkai 7, I don't think I've got him fully soul boosted yet, but I've got him like to minimum 1200%, and he does very good tanking, like supremely well. You set him up defensively and he's annoying as hell. If you set him up to do a lot of blast damage, if you have some crazy blast damage equipped for him, very well made team that just buffs up a ton of blast, he could do a lot of blast as well. So honestly, it's pretty darn good what he's capable of. Okay, this is Goku. Like, the only value he kind of carries is his endurance, and even then it's not too valuable. I still think he is above this Trunks, but in terms of everything else, he is definitely C tier. Just not really a unit you want to use. He was probably, once he got his Zenkai, he was probably the best unit at the time. I feel like it was absolutely ridiculous how powerful this dude was, but of course power creep makes some units just go and disappear in there, like poof, gone. Transforming Gogeta. Now here's my thing about this dude. He has hardly ever been in the shop. Like, I think he's been in the shop twice, and that's max. Like, the first time was when he first got his Zenkai, and then another one very long after that. He's just not been in the shop at all, and if you're missing out on Zenkaiing this dude, like, you are not Zenkai getting him to close to Zenkai 3, if anything. So that slightly deters my thoughts of this guy. I think he is actually a pretty darn solid unit at Zenkai 7, but with a lot of people not actually having the ability to have him at Zenkai 7 because he's been in the shop so few times, and like those times have been during times where you'd rather want to summon with your crystals than spend it on a Zenkai that doesn't necessarily need to be your blue unit on your team, especially with Ultra Gogeta running about. I'm gonna put him underneath Kaba. I feel like just with them, it just annoys me how little is being in the summon area. Is ridiculous. Okay, Android 16, very defensive unit, not really too well considering he's a green unit, and on Android it's pretty darn horrendous, so that's gonna be pretty low C tier for me. Okay, now this is a good one. This one, I feel like I'm actually gonna put in S. He is very good. With me putting him in S, I'm actually gonna bump these two to S. I feel like that makes a bit more sense. These three are a bit higher than these lot in terms of just what they're able to do in this meta. Super Saiyans are super heavy, like heavily used in this meta. Like, you see blue, purple, the Zenkai Bardock, the Ultra Gogeta, and the Super Video a lot. If like, I'm close to God rank this season, like I'm probably gonna do a video of me trying to obtain it, and hopefully I do, fingers crossed. And I have come across blue, purple, probably the third most used teams I've come across is that Hybrid Saiyan, not Hybrid Saiyan, is that Mono Purple and Fusion Warriors. It's absolutely ridiculous how much you see that. And then this dude absolutely tears that Bardock apart. getting rid of all those crits that the Super Saiyan would have got and just makes them do their normal damage, which when you have this dude on your team, you have the LF Final Form Freezer, all that sort of stuff, just destroys them. So yeah, very good. I feel like him being a direct counter to Bardock was absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, that was crazy considering they actually made it so that he just counters this unit with one of his abilities. Okay, Scouter Vegeta, straight up D tier. He just does blast damage and that's about it. Like, fair enough, he can do a lot of blast damage, but he's mainly there on your mono purple bench, supporting your really good purple units, and that's about it. Janemba, honestly, can do nice damage, can do decent tanking. His green card is annoying, and then what is his blue? I think his blue actually restores some of his vanish, which is pretty darn valuable when you use it. So I don't know whether it's on hit, I can't really remember, but if it's not on hit, just using it in general, then I'll have him just underneath this Gogeta. If not, I have him under just here, but it doesn't matter too much. Now here is the king of all Zenkais. This dude was the Zenkai we all wanted and all needed from this dude. Like, Legends knew during the Legends Festival that when this dude got a Zenkai, he had to be the king. Like, first year anniversary was still the best anniversary. In my opinion, it was just too good. I'd say the third anniversary was pretty good as well in second place, and then it's the second anniversary. But this dude, once he released, it's just the hype they used to build around it. It came with the Super Saiyan Blues and Golden Angel Freezer, like Gohan as well. It was absolutely fantastic, and they gave him the Zenkai he needed. Like, before the Zenkai, I had him at 7 stars, unusable. Like, you took him into PvP, he'd be your fodder unit, just cover change when you need it, and that's about it. But now you bring him in and you're like, okay, how many teams am I gonna solo? How many powerful freaking hits am I gonna use with this mono purple team where I built this dude to be a beast? And that's exactly what he is. Definitely worthy of being in Z tier. Kakarot Goku, bottom of C tier. Honestly, I despise this dude once he released. I'm gonna put him at top of D. Like, I know they didn't want to make him too crazy because he's a transforming type, but my days did they like do hardly anything to him. I feel like they gave him crazy good stats, pretty bad kit, made him very mediocre, and that's about it. They thought high stats, crap kit, and then it'll balance it out, but it really didn't balance out. You know, I'm gonna do him a bit more justice. I feel like he is still better than these three at least. I'm getting him bumped up to C, but very mediocre. Okay, this yellow Vegeta, pretty darn good. The Super Saiyan 4s getting buffs from him is really good. Helps out GT a lot. Very good on a yellow green setup with Saiyan. And honestly, I will put him just above Khalifa. I feel like being a yellow unit as well is pretty darn good. And on a Super Saiyan team, he actually does so much blast damage. Like, it's actually pretty scary how much he can do. Okay, Super Saiyan 3 Goku. How times have changed. I remember when this dude, I would have put him in Z, like, easily. But now he has dropped to at least A here. Like, don't get me wrong, he still does fantastically on a mono purple team. Like, he is the buff for that team, of course, with his Zenkai giving mono purple Saiyans just a lot of buffs is great. Him himself getting it alongside with this Vegeta, Vegito, and I think Goten is purple Sun Family. I'm not too sure on that, I can't really remember, but if he is purple Sun Family, then he's getting that too. So yeah, it's pretty darn deadly what this dude can do still, but he has fallen off quite a bit. He is not as good as where he used to be, but still can do very impressive damage. Now here's another unit in the same boat as the transforming Super Saiyan Gogeta. Like, why has he hardly ever been used? Like, the main thing they should just do is add them to the Zenkai Ultra Space Time Rush shop so that you can just far month from the event, but no, they just want to release them once every blue moon and make it so that you have them at like the Zenkai free from like not summoning on them, doing daily summons, and that's about it. So because of that, he is over here, just under Janemba. He is a very annoying unit with the green card he gets, just destroying your key, ruining your combos, especially with his black cover and everything. His main ability, giving him that ult, that is disgusting once it's being used. I don't like it when he gets put on me. I haven't liked it ever since he's released, but yeah, he can hold his value on his teams. Like GT, a very solid green unit alongside Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Android, he's decent, but not really what you want to be using him on. But yeah, Bardock. Now, this honestly, with how good he still is, I'm gonna put him just above this dude. Like, I know you're thinking, he counters him, but still, this guy is providing all those buffs. Like, this guy doesn't just shut down him completely. It makes it so that you're doing a lot more damage from him. I think it makes it so that you're taking a lot less damage from him as well. So, you know what? I am going to put him just below that, but he still has a ton of value. If you don't come across this chilled, he is going to be making that Super Saiyan team go through the roof, and paired up with Zenkai Vegeta and Ultra Gogeta, my days are they just shredding through your entire team. Not fun to come across, kind of fun to use, and yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. This Brody, yikes, is he one of the oldest Zenkais and not good, I have to say. I'm gonna put him in D, just above that. Honestly, I'm gonna change a few to E once I've sorted this out, by the way. Like, don't get me wrong, I feel like a few of these need to be put down, but we'll get to that at the end. Super Saiyan 4 Goku, honestly, pretty darn good. I've seen him a couple of times on Mono Purple, and my days was he just very annoying. He could be a tanky unit to come across. Like, my days does he tank well. So with that, I'm actually gonna put him just above this Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Should I put him in? See, the thing is, this dude is more just damage. This guy is just super defensive. I feel like he just holds more value for the Mono Purple team. You have him, you have this dude here, the LF tag Goku over there. This guy's gonna be tanking, and even with him being built up defensively, with the amount of buffs he's getting, Zenkai buffs and everything, he's gonna do a ton of damage. So I'd say him with like defensive build, he'll still do a ton of damage and still defend like at King. Okay, did I already do this guy? Yeah, I already did him. You can get out of here. Okay, I did you too. Okay, this dude, probably one of the worst Zenkais to release in 2021. Just was not that good at all for what GT needed for a red unit. Didn't fulfill the role whatsoever, and for that case, he's pretty low C tier, not gonna lie. KO. The latest sparking to get a Zenkai who was honestly flat out disappointing. Like, her team needed a powerful red unit. Like, think about it, with LF Driven being released, she could have been the unit to run alongside him and just absolutely make your opponents terrified of rival universe. But I feel like they thought about this and thought, look, we've got LF Driven, EX Topo, EX Dispo coming in. We can't make rival universe all of a sudden just absolutely ridiculous. We know we made full power Driven a very powerful unit, one of the top 10 LFs in the game. We're gonna make it so that KO isn't that good but can maybe be good. So they did exactly that, made us somewhat good and somewhat bad. So honestly, in my opinion, just below, I'm gonna say below Gogeta, just not below Janemba. Not that good. And Zenkai 7, 1400%, 14 stars. I see her having a bit more value, but I don't have a 14 stars. I didn't even like Zenkai her soul booster fully. Just, it was ridiculous how bad she was. Okay, now a lot of you might be surprised with this one, but he is the other Z tier unit for me. My days is he an absolute GOAT for just LOE. The additional blue card is ridiculous because him paired with the LF full power Frieza is probably one of the best combos in the game at the moment. The amount of just support this dude gives that Frieza is phenomenal. That Frieza does so much damage with the blue cards. Having that extra blue is ridiculous. I managed to get it so that his unique platinum equip, the one that's only for LF full power Frieza, had that final slot maxed out the best it could be, so it reduces the blue card count by 5, so I can get like more combos going and get that blue card in. And this dude just takes the cake with it. Like, he can nullify your cover change effect, so you can't strike cover change, blast cover change, you can't do squat against him. His ultimate hits like a goddamn machine gun up close. Like, I don't know how to describe it. This guy is honestly great. He has a green card that shuts down Ultra Gogeta so well. Like, that green card with the sub count reduction for your teammates as well, ridiculous. His blue card giving key once hitting, ridiculous. Absolutely, definitely Z tier in my opinion. Zenkai and Piccolo, honestly, I really like him. I feel like I consider him to be one of the, actually the best yellow unit for regen for defensive purposes. Like, he tanks like a champ, and for that reason I'm actually gonna put him just in between this Gohan and Goten. I feel like his value for regen is super high. He's not as good as this dude. The thing that makes it for him is his endurance notification. With the amount of endurance running about, it's so much value having endurance notification. Like, I don't think you understand how useful it is when you're competing for top 1000 to get god rank. You come across future teams where there's 14-star God of 14-star Zamasu and Goku Black, 14-star Sword of Hope Trunk, 14-star future Gohan, and being able to rush freely against those 3 super tanky units is a godsend, and that is exactly why he's there, and that's exactly why this Piccolo is here. Red Super Gogeta, honestly, you don't really see him anymore. Mostly for Fusion Warriors, you'd see a setup where it's Margie, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and Ultra Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Super Vegeta, or Ultra Gogeta, and any kind of combination with those 4 units. So honestly, I feel like he still is pretty damn good, but red units get hurt quite a lot, and you wouldn't really want to use him too much, and he's just not where he used to be. Like, once again, like this Goku, he was Z tier, but after being dropped down a bit, I am gonna put him. It's actually difficult. I feel like just below this Gohan, just below him. I feel like these two are very equal in what's happened to them after the Legends Festival, and fair enough, they were godly red units for a long time, so it had to happen at some point where they slightly started to decline. Super Vegeta, now he has a pretty darn good Z ability, like helping out crits. He is a Super Saiyan, so on the Super Saiyan team he does well. He does a ton of blast damage and can do a lot of damage, but overall it's not like anything too impressive. I actually think he's on par with Fused with Kami Piccolo with me, but is he above this? I'm gonna actually put him just below this Vegeta. I feel like this Vegeta is just like one step ahead of this dude. Like, his support capabilities are just better than this dude, and yeah, I actually think that's a good position for him. Super Saiyan 3 Goku, honestly, still good. It's just a shame that Mono Purple is running about because this dude does get shredded by it. However, if you have a green yellow setup or a green yellow setup where you have him, a very powerful yellow unit or a very tanky yellow unit, and then Super Saiyan 4 Goku, he has a ton of value because he can go type neutral. Him and Super Saiyan 4 Goku can go type neutral and just make it so that they can rush those purple units, can absolutely destroy those purple units. And this dude, once he catches your LF tag Goku or Vegeta, what is swapped tagged into Vegeta, he just absolutely shreds. So with that in mind, I'm actually going to place him pretty darn high. I actually think I'm going to place him at the top of 8. I feel like he does have a better chance than most of these units in the meta at the moment, which is kind of a surprise, but with how I've seen it against skillful players who know how to fully use the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, you can shred your opponents. LF Zenkai Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, the most latest Zenkai LF, most latest Zenkai unit in the game, and I've got to say, once you have him at Zenkai 7, he is a threat and a half. Like at Zenkai 5, I was doing decent with him. I wasn't doing the craziest, and I was wondering like why he wasn't as good as I thought. And then I saw what other people were doing with him at Zenkai 6 and Zenkai 7, and I was like, okay, so I need him Zenkai 7. Like I need to do these 3 missions as soon as possible, get him to Zenkai 7 and see how he shreds, because my days does he shred. And for that purpose, I am putting him above Piccolo and above that Frieza in S tier. Okay, here's another addition to S tier. I'm gonna put her just above this Piccolo. She is crazy darn good, like ridiculously good. It's a shame like her teams do need help, but I mainly use her for a purple unit on LOE. I've run her on the LF full power Frieza and the Zenkai first form Frieza, that combo once again, and she was just the strike damaging beast you needed her to be. And with like the onslaught of blues, she gets an extra green as well, provides that for the team. Like it is pretty nasty having her, and she just does so much strike damage that everyone gets hurt. Definitely worthy of being an S tier unit in my eyes. Android 21, great support. Her teams aren't too good. Like girls reading Android, 3 teams that need quite a lot of help. However, I am gonna put her at the bottom of B because she has an annoying kit to come across and just is a quite annoying unit to face in general. So I feel like that's a pretty good position for her. Zenkai Broly and Chila, honestly, not the worst unit. They're not like great or anything, but I am gonna put them in B tier. I will put them actually just under, yeah, just in between Janemba and Super 17. I feel like that's a pretty nice place from them. They aren't too bad. Chilai is awesome, I guess, but yeah, not too bad. Zamasu, definitely S tier for me. Will I put him at the bottom of S tier? No. Will I put him just above her? Yes. I feel like on a mono purple God Key setup where he's in the leader slot, you have a bunch of Zenkai Saiyan, Zenkai God Key going on. Like he's doing quite a lot for the team. You pair him up with the Super Saiyan Blue Vegito or the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and the LF tag Goku or Vegeta, and it's a pretty darn nasty God Key mono purple team, and he overall is just an absolute beast, so definitely worthy of being there. Kakarot Goku, now here's a free Zenkai that was all white, not really wanted, and it's kind of not really what you want to care about. So honestly, I'm gonna put him just above Cooler because that fate mechanic is pretty darn nice once you get it off, but that's about it. And then the final one for now, until I make a few tweaks here and there, is Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Honestly, crazy blast damage. Probably the best red unit for GT, which is kind of sad because he's not the best unit for GT right now. Like, GT are in a decent position but still need some help here and there, and overall being a red unit kinda sucks a lot in this match. So I'm actually gonna put him below this Vegeta, and I feel like that's a fair place to put him. Now, to make a few changes, the only way I'm gonna do this is I'm not gonna put any unit up, I'm only gonna take them down. So I'll take a quick one. So yeah, I definitely think he's the worst Zenkai in the game. I will then definitely put him. I'll put him in E, and then I'll call that there. Okay, I'm gonna put these there. C is looking alright. I'm actually gonna bump her up a bit. I don't think she's at the bottom of B. I feel like I just put her in B while I was doing her Zenkai. I feel like there. I'm gonna put him down there. I feel that's a bit fair. Any tweaks or anything? Honestly, I am gonna put him up a bit. I'm honestly gonna put him there. I'm actually gonna take this Gohan down a bit. I'm gonna put him there. Piccolo, no. And other than that, I'm actually happy with what I. Okay, one last thing. I'm gonna put him there. Yeah. I feel like that is pretty darn decent for me. Honestly, this is my opinion from just playing a ton this season. I'm basically on a ton of the meta teams, like how they perform with those meta teams against those meta teams with like really good builds, like optimal setups. Zenkai LFs, 9-star. Everyone else that's a Sparking 14-star was maxed out and everything, and I feel like this isn't the worst. I feel like there are obviously a few tweaks I can make here and there, things you won't agree on, things people will agree on, and you know what, that's how it is. Everyone has their own opinion. Like, for instance, you might think Super Vegeta is actually A tier, like you just don't think he's that good, but then you're probably just lying. He is the best Zenkai in the game. But of course I'm joking, guys. Everything is up to debate for everyone. It's just everyone's own opinion, and this is mine. So other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed. This has been a pretty lengthy one, but other than that, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.